USA. Now continuing a long-standing tradition, streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal program.
And good morning. It is time for the First Federal program here on February the 2nd as we welcome Evan to the program this morning. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Randy. Honored to be here this morning.
Hey, glad to have you. Always enjoy having you here on a Friday, and Tanner's along as well. And so he'll probably have me stumped with trivia.
We're trying.
Although I did get last week's right.
I'm impressed.
I'm one in a row.
I contend this is a great way to start a Friday.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have kind of like a studio gallery or crowd, audience.
Nobody outside yet.
Yeah.
Maybe when it warms up, maybe it'll.
Be careful what you wish for. It could be protesters outside there too, so maybe we ought to think about that a little bit. Sorry I brought it up.
We'll quickly move on to the next topic then.
Hey, we got the Super Bowl coming up.
Crazy, it is. You know, Todd's day in the history, we've had a lot of them that were in January in the past, and now here we are, finally getting it in February.
And now they're talking about an 18th game in season. That's not going to happen, is it? I don't think that's going to happen. But that would push it back even further. Is all I'm saying.
Maybe we had March. There's some time for baseball. Just go right into it. You know.
There's no break for broadcasters. I'm feeling for you right now. Well, who got your rooting interests on?
You know, don't really matter. I like to see the underdog maybe because I'm tired of the same ones. I'm always one of those that like to spread it around a little bit.
I'm the same
you
way.
Hear Patrick Mahomes, but I'm ready to hear a different name. Tanner shaking his head. He's agreeing.
Try playing against twice a year. That's a Bronco fan.
My son Luke's a Bills fan, so
born in their side.
he tries to get everyone at home on the anti-Mahomes bandwagon.
I understand.
So, yeah. Well, it should be a good game. I think it's a.
And that's kind of the neat part. Hopefully, you hate those blowouts where halftime it's done pretty much. But so big Super Bowl parties.
Just watching at home.
Are we getting to that point, Tanner? You didn't get any invites either, is what I'm saying. Okay. Ooh, that's tough on the ego.
Well, that's. I remember growing up. Aunts and uncles get together, have parties, watch, and
what about yourself?
Great food. No, I think we'll greet my sister-in-law, so that'll be about it. We'll go down there and watch it. But,
good menu of food for Sunday?
I think it looks like a snack,
kind of
typical Super Bowl snack food.
Finger foods,
Yep, finger foods.
I like to make my own nachos. That's what I like to do.
That sounds good, yeah. And we haven't finalized the menu, so our ideas are still going. Nachos sound good,
Wings.
Notice I haven't invited either of you over yet, so I'm still thinking about that while we do the show. See if I got enough.
We know where he lives. Now, they may not answer the door, but
All right, we got a good Super Bowl related trivia question this morning.
Of course.
This one's pretty interesting.
I thought so.
Yeah. Tanner, why don't you tell it to us?
Yeah, so what was the average ticket price for Super Bowl I?
Ooh.
Was it $10, $12, $15, or $20?
Wow.
A little
Very
more
affordable.
expensive nowadays.
But just a little. Super Bowl ticket.
Now, what year was that? Was it 66?
I think it was 66.
That's when First Federal became an organization also.
Yeah. What a great deal.
Yeah.
And it was the Packers against the Chiefs, and Lynn Dawson was the quarterback for the Chiefs, and Mr. Dick Belcher knew Lynn Dawson pretty well from his Purdue days.
Oh, that's right.
Dick was a manager when Lynn was Purdue's quarterback.
So did you guys buy a commercial for the Super Bowl?
We'll have to go back in the archives and check, but I don't want to misstate.
I can tell you this year it's not quite in the budget.
Well, no, maybe Super Bowl one, Dick pulled that out,
when they're asking $8 million or something for a 60-second commercials. Yeah, a little out of the budget.
You need to get a pretty good return on
I was
that.
going to say, that take out several year budgets, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that on Sunday night. What other sports are interesting right now?
Yeah, well, basketball season, we're getting close to mid-February, so you start to look at those bracketology predictions a little closer now and seeing what teams are kind of on the bubble now, and if teams are quote-unquote locks, where could their seeding end up? At least I know I've been looking at that stuff. So, college basketball's hot and heavy right now, the men's and women's side. And men's side, we've got all four of the big in-state schools in action. this weekend, starting with tonight. Purdue hosts USC. Still trying to get used to that as a member of the Big Ten. I was doing some research the other night. I think this is their first ever matchup.
Really? Okay.
Between two schools, yeah.
That's hard to
Yeah,
believe.
it is. So
They've both been around a while.
USC's 13-9 on the season, Purdue's 18-5, and I gotta say, leading the Big Ten at the moment. I have to throw that out there while I can.
Well, yes, because you never know what
It's
Big
a
Ten
jumble.
changes,
It's
so,
jumbled up there towards the top. Purdue is a 13.5-point favorite. That game tips off at 7 o'clock tonight on Fox Sports 1. Hoosiers are in action tomorrow at a home game. They're hosting number 24 Michigan, who's 17-5. Indiana's 14-9. That game's at 1 o'clock tomorrow on CBS.
Okay.
So national game there.
See if they can.
I'm hoping Dusty
Do
May's
something.
squad takes it a little easy on us. We need them to play down a little bit right now.
And IU, so that.
And Michigan's one of those teams. They're undefeated at home, but they've struggled on the road.
Yeah.
So
Simple Hill's still tough to play.
Yeah.
It is. No matter who's coaching.
Notre Dame having a tough season right now, 10-12. They host Virginia Tech, who's 10-13. The ACC's pretty down this year
It
compared
is.
to years in the
I was
past.
watching Notre Dame the other night, and it's like, they were talking about the ACC. It's like, wow.
You got Duke and a bunch of average teams, pretty much. Even North Carolina's not very good this year. But that game's at 1 o'clock tomorrow on the CW. And then Butler, 10-13. They host Providence, who's 11-12. That game is tomorrow at 3 o'clock on Peacock.
Okay.
So.
Gotta get your peacock if you.
Yep. You might as well for it.
Anymore, yes.
Gonna be a few on
the
there.
Big Ten teams are on there and everything. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. So, what's going on in local sports this weekend?
Well, obviously, girls sectional back in action tonight. Semifinal rounds from Lewis Cass as Lady Zebras had the bye from Tuesday night. So they play Oak Hill, who defeated Wabash.
Old
Tuesday.
TRC.
Old TRC,
Right.
right? Yes, going back
Mid
a few
2000s.
years. Yeah. So they will battle out in game number 2 tonight. So we'll be on the air a little after 7 with the Rochester Ford pregame show. Game number 1, another great matchup in TRC, current TRC opponents in Lewis Cass, the host, and then Manchester. That was a 3-point game in the regular season.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
33-30. So a little bit of a rematch. This one could come down here.
I like it when that happens in the tournament.
Yeah.
So that'll be game 1, and game 2 you can catch here on Giant FM and RTC TV4 with the Zebras and Oak Hill. Championship game tomorrow night. Hopefully the Zebras can pull it out and get into it.
And this is one of those Fridays we've kind of talked about. We talked about a lot, but we haven't had to talk about too much this year. Postponements, scheduling issues. Well, yesterday with the ice, there was a lot of schools
There was some
closed.
Yeah, there were some schools closed. The Rochester guys played last night, got a big win over Southwood. You wouldn't have known that they were out of school. 22-2 after the end of the first quarter. So Zebras with a foot on the gas to get started. So a big one there. They're off until Tuesday night. They'll host Plymouth coming up on Tuesday. So kind of old NLC rival there. So
do they still play for the Cowbell?
I don't.
Or is that kind of?
I think that's kind of thing of the past now. Yeah, but the older generation will remember that. But old NLC match.
How did that go away? That sounds wonderful.
Rochester and Plymouth, they hadn't played for several years.
Yeah.
Once they kind of moved.
That's too bad.
But so we'll see how that goes. But Lady Zebras tonight, looking to get Oak Hill. Oak Hill's probably the favorite now. I'd say it was Oak Hill, Wabash. Lewis Cass has got to be in there as well because they're the host.
It's a tough section.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, John Harold has it number 1 sectional in 2A.
Wow.
So toughest sectional. So you come out of there, you definitely
You feel
earned
good.
it.
Yeah,
you're
you're
feeling
taking some
good
punches
going
and
on.
ready to go on the race.
So we'll see how it goes, but we're going on the air a little after 7 tonight.
Good luck to the Lady Zebras tonight, for sure. Got some tidbits here this morning, and you were talking about Super Bowls happening in January earlier. We got a lot of them today in February. But the first one's not a Super Bowl, but it is sports related. On this date, 1893, Vanderbilt University claims it participated in the first organized intercollegiate basketball game. It was played at in the Nashville YMCA Gymnasium. Vanderbilt beat YMCA by a score of 9-3.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
high scoring game.
We were running 4 corners.
That's probably before dribbling was really in the game.
Defense out there.
Yeah. I want to see some tape on that one.
Yeah, the old peach basket.
The 7 fans really enjoyed it.
Yeah. On this day in 1940, Walt Disney's second feature-length movie premiered, Pinocchio,
Oh.
which has now had various different versions over the
Right,
years,
right.
and still one of the more popular ones, I would
Yeah, I
say.
watched that a few times in my younger days.
I didn't really care for the live version.
I never saw it.
I thought Tom Hanks did well in
Yeah.
it, but a lot of those live ones don't hit for me.
No,
I don't
same
know.
with me.
I don't know.
It's different.
Good idea, but
I don't need those.
yeah. I don't know. On this day, 2010, Super Bowl 44 took place in Miami. The Saints beat the Colts 31-17. Drew Brees was an MVP in that one. That was most Colt fans remember for the Sean Payton onside kick
Yeah.
at halftime. So
Oh, that's
coming
right.
out from halftime,
Yeah.
the Saints recovered an onside kick and flipped all the momentum. Hank Basket went through his hands there.
Oh, that's right.
So, and on this day in 2016, I had to throw this one in there. Super Bowl 50 was played in Santa Clara. The Denver Broncos won 24-10 over the Carolina Panthers, with Von Miller being the MVP.
So you wouldn't be a true fan if you didn't.
That's
think
right.
I know.
Yeah, we're proud of you, Tanner.
We just made the playoffs this year for the first time in 9 seasons, so I gotta throw that in there while I can. And lastly, on this day in 2021, the Super Bowl was played in Tampa Bay. That was the COVID year, but a few fans were able to go, and the Buccaneers became the first team to play in the Super Bowl of a host city,
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
beat
I
the
forgot
Chiefs 31-9,
Yeah.
and Tom Brady was the MVP.
Wasn't much there.
Yeah, so that was the lone time Andy Reid, the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes have made the Super Bowl and lost. Not only did they lose, they lost pretty convincingly.
Pretty,
So,
pretty bad.
yeah, yeah.
Tom Brady seemed to have the lucky charm in this.
Yeah,
case,
oh yeah, he sure did. Even in their losing efforts, which was rare, it was right down to
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still can't believe their comeback against the Falcons.
oh,
That was
28-3.
unbelievable.
Oh, it's one of those things you're watching, you're just like,
Yeah.
how's this happening?
I know, and
Yeah.
you could just see the momentum
And
absolutely
you knew when it was in
crumble away.
overtime,
Yeah,
Falcons had no shot.
no
Yeah.
chance.
No shot.
You get Brady to overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the money and run.
Yeah. Got a lot of days here. Today's National Fettuccine Alfredo Day. I'm a big fettuccine
I'm a big
Alfredo
fan as well.
so
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get on board with that. So go to your favorite Italian restaurant and maybe they have a special going on today. I don't know. National Bubble Gum Day.
Good.
I think most of us are bubble gum fans. National Ballet Day. Rose Day, which guys out there, it's Valentine's Day next Friday. Just getting everybody a
Thank you.
reminder out there.
Early
That should have
reminder.
been the top story.
Yeah, no kidding. National Wear Red Day. I haven't got the memo.
He
No.
did.
That's right.
Red doesn't come out of my closet. Right
Come on,
now.
Tanner.
So, I wore it a bunch last year because
Yeah.
red was our main color for our polos.
Uh-huh.
So I got my use out of it last year.
He did it too much last year.
Yeah.
You got to even
Yeah.
it back out.
Yeah.
It looked
right.
good on you. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that.
I'll take the compliment. National Give Kids a Smile Day. That's always a good one. National Women's Heart Day. National Number Day. We like numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are good things.
National Periodic Table Day.
I wasn't as good in the chemistry.
Yeah,
I don't know how you guys.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. National, and it's also National Send a Card to a Friend Day.
Okay.
No, that's a pretty neat
Old-fashioned,
one.
Yeah.
I've heard a speaker talk about the practice of sending cards all the time, and that's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
I've always thought.
We still have a lot of Christmas cards and some New Year's cards on our fridge. So
Yeah.
we hang them up for quite a while.
Yeah, somehow it feels good to get something
Yeah,
in
it
the mail
does.
still,
It does.
doesn't it?
Rather than the Bills.
Yeah, that's probably a big part of it. All right, how about some upcoming events, Tanner?
Well, the Times Theater's been doing a great job lately of getting some really talented bands and artists in the building. We got another one coming into town tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. That's Jump, America's Van Halen Experience.
That'd be fun.
So, guess there's going to be a good crowd.
I guess so, yeah.
I bet so too.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Now, Julie Schimberger told me there were 1,000 visitors to the Times Theater in January.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
It's great. And they got a good lineup, it looks like, through the rest of February and into March, too.
Yeah,
Go on the
starting
Facebook
announcing
page and
March one's
their
already.
website, and right there's their event list. And yeah, a lot a lot of bands I can get behind here, so
That's right.
that's a fun one.
Evan's already got his checked off. For
Yeah, I think I'm going.
Yeah.
I think that's what it sounds like.
Get your tickets now.
Well, now, if he wasn't going, now if his wife's listening, now he's definitely
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
So.
Okay, Emily, I'm really
He'll
excited
be
about
there,
it.
Emily. He's telling us he can't wait.
Once again, tomorrow night it's at 8 o'clock. Doors will open before then, of course. Andretti's Place is hosting a Dine and Donate event on next Sunday, February 16th from 9 to 1. It's benefiting Joe's Hope and the Times Theater this month. The menu is going to consist of biscuits and sausage gravy, sausage patties, scrambled eggs, and your choice of coffee or water. Meal sponsor for the month is Rochester's Truck Center, and the egg sponsor, like it has been for the past few months, is the Creighton Brothers.
Yeah, celebrating a big anniversary, 100 years.
Yeah,
Creighton
so-
Brothers.
It sounds good. I'm getting
Yeah,
hungry
I was
right
gonna
now.
say, can they deliver
What's-
now?
yeah.
I mean,
What's on the griddle in the back
Yeah,
there, Randy?
yeah.
I forgot to
we
ask
might have
what,
to get
what we're doing
we
after
might have to go
this.
for breakfast now.
Yeah, so it's a great event they do every month, and usually have pretty good turnouts for that. And go support a great cause, two great causes, and get a good breakfast. Right.
Sounds good.
All right, money news. According to CNBC, Amazon is set to pass Walmart in quarterly revenue for the first time.
Wow.
And this is the quarterly revenue, guys. $187 billion
In a
in a
quarter.
quarter.
I don't know about you guys, but I was on Amazon yesterday. I mean, it's a weekly
I'm
thing
trying
in
to
our
quit.
household. It's too convenient.
Oh
it's
my
just,
gosh.
yeah.
Well, so Walmart's was only 180 billion. You know, they've been known as America's largest retailer, so we'll see. But this is just one quarter. This doesn't mean
Right.
It's,
a whole
yeah,
year or
yeah.
anything. But I'm just thinking, where did we spend our money before those two chains existed? You know,
Uh-huh.
I mean, think about the
Exactly.
total there of
Exactly.
what people are spending.
Well, you know, and another one, I'm sure it's not at that magnitude yet, but Target, their one is really starting to take off
Yeah,
too.
they're around a bunch of new stores.
I mean, I
and
think they
online.
have something in the air there, at least in our household. If we go in there, we have a game plan to spend X amount of money, and it never happens. We exceed that every time.
I think that's just shopping in general.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, thinking about First Federal, Tanner, you brought a prop today.
I did.
Let's get that in front of the
Yeah.
camera.
Oh,
We're
we
giving
did
away
that.
a
Very
new
good.
gift for the checking account opening. And this one we got to keep in the package. I think you'll see why. A knife set.
Yes, it's best to keep it in the package.
Performs well, I've heard, under the strenuous First Federal testing conditions. So we like this knife set. I think it's a Martha Stewart knife set.
Yes,
So
Martha Stewart. Yep.
look
Can't go
out.
wrong with that, Mark.
Part
That's
of our
right.
everyday collection.
So, of course, when you open a checking account, you can get that free gift, or if you refer a friend that opens an account, you can.
Does that come with a free Snoop Dogg figurine?
Oh, God.
Not this time around.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hey,
next year.
hey, we need to add Randy to the marketing team.
Yeah,
Start
Maybe not
out.
even
You said
call
Martha, you
later
know.
this year when we're planning for
Yeah,
next year.
I thought Martha and Snoop were hand in
They
hand.
pretty much are
Yeah.
anymore. Isn't that a? Didn't have that on my bingo card a few years ago, but here we
No,
are.
that would. I don't think many people would have.
All right. Well, we're going to be joined by a special First Federal family guest here in just a minute. But I wanted to mention he's our new senior vice president, head of mortgage lending. So we need to talk about First Federal mortgage lending here real quick. Wintertime, sometimes the housing market hasn't kind of gotten unfrozen yet here in northern Indiana. But it's a good time to kind of consider what you want to do once some more homes get on the market and
Once it starts thawing.
the whole thing thaws out a little bit. So we've got free pre-qualifications where our mortgage loan originators can sit down and help you kind of look at what your situation is, because everybody's is different. If you're interested in maybe looking to move into a larger home, maybe you're looking to downsize, but you want to be ready because this real estate market's pretty tight. When something good comes on the market, it doesn't stay there very long.
No.
So you got to be prepared. So we recommend you call Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson here in the Rochester branch, or Ryan Austin in our Winnemac branch, and you can get pre-approved and kind of have a game plan. That's what we would really recommend, especially in this tighter market right now.
That way you're ready to go as soon as it comes on the market.
That's right. Now, borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
There we go. Awesome.
Well, we are excited to welcome for the very first time on the First Federal Radio program, Ed Erickson.
Thank you.
And as I said, he's our new Senior Vice President, Head of Mortgage Lending. And that means you got
That sounds like an important.
That does, yeah. That's a big deal.
I even got dressed up.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is raising the bar on the
Yeah.
First Federal show that we're going to need to.
Maybe the last time he comes on, it's
Randy's going to be.
Since I got here an hour early.
This is a Friday thing, come on.
Now, Ed's in a suit and tie. Now, this was our bank uniform when I started at First Federal in 2008. This was the. Now, we did have a summer season that was a little bit more relaxed. You could take the tie off.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
As soon as I exit. In fact, this is the first time I've had a tie on in probably 6 months.
Okay, so
So we really are
things have
special.
changed a little bit. Yeah, we're very special. Well, we're thrilled to have you a part of the First Federal family, Ed. I'm I think our listeners would be interested in your background. You moved back here to take this position,
Yeah.
but this isn't a foreign place to you.
No,
Necessarily.
northern Indiana's home. I'm a Hoosier. Born in South Bend, grew up on the west side, graduated from South Bend, Washington. Played
Okay.
baseball there. And,
Okay.
after Washington, I went to IU many moons ago.
All right.
So, yes,
Another
Amanda,
Hoosier.
if
There
you're
we go.
listening,
We're getting on
Sorry, Tanner. 3 on 1 today.
we won the national championship. That was with Isaiah Thomas.
Ah,
That'd have been a good one to be. Good time to be there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Todd was there at that time.
That's right. Yeah.
Then
Doug
I-
and Sickle.
I transferred to Grace College after that.
Ooh, we like Grace College.
Graduated from Grace. And shortly after that, I kind of followed my folks out to California.
Nice beaches.
Well, I didn't see much of it.
Oh.
When you live somewhere nice, you don't really visit until
That's
somebody
true.
comes to see you.
And
And then you
show
go to the
off.
Golden Gate.
That's right.
We were in northern, so not a whole lot of beaches. going
Okay.
on.
A little different.
After California, moved back home to Indiana, and northern Indiana, where I met my wife. And gosh, my career took us to Chicago, and then Florida, and then back home to Indiana again. So
Quite the traveler.
Yeah.
all over the place. Quite
Yeah.
an experience.
And high character lady, if she follow you around like that, Ed, that's
Yes,
good
yes,
sign.
I'm blessed. Yes, for sure.
And she's from the Hoosier State as well. It sounds
Yes, we're
That's
both
great.
we're both from South Bend, Mishawaka area.
like wonderful. Well, let's talk just a minute about your family. I understand that was kind of a draw in getting back to this region
Yep.
from where you came from last.
Absolutely. So, Jenny and I have 4 kids. We have one granddaughter that's a year old, and Elizabeth in Winona Lake, Indiana.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure, he has the Grace College onesie.
Yes. In
Yeah.
fact, I did.
Hey!
So, our kids are mostly in Winona Lake. We have a son down in Noblesville. We have a daughter down in Florida. And we ended up in southern Indiana, empty nesters. And we were further away. We felt like we were in Florida again because we're so far away
Yeah.
from everybody.
It's a long commute from down there to see people.
Yeah. And so we started praying about it. We asked, God to open up the opportunity, and lo and behold, this opportunity came.
That's interesting because we were praying about someone really good coming to fill our open position that we had. So we like that. All right. You've been in the mortgage industry for your career. So what do you enjoy about the mortgage industry? You've obviously stuck with it, so there's something there for you, maybe.
I don't know anything else. You're helping a first-time home buyer. You're helping somebody with their most important financial aspect that they can really have in their lifetime.
That's right.
And whether it's improving their finances, cash flow, first-time home buyer, downsizing, and like Jenny and I, empty nesters and downsizing at this time in our life. It's so satisfying. It also draws upon not only helping customers, but problem solving.
That's right.
You get to solve the problems, look for things to make the deal work, and not let our customers know how the sausage is made behind the scenes.
A lot of moving parts.
There are. And then having them come back again and refer you to their family and friends. So it's just a very gratifying business.
Well, we mentioned just a few moments ago about pre-approvals. I mean, every situation is different, so there is a lot of problem solving or connecting the dots for someone's individual situation, which is nice. But you mentioned family a couple times, and when Dick Belcher started First Federal Savings and Loan at the time, one of his philosophies was creating a great place to work and a great employer in the community, and then also is taking care of families in the community. So one of his mottos that we still talk about a lot today is family first. And I think that's one of the neat things about the mortgage lending business is you're helping families with every single transaction in one way or another.
You are.
And helping them kind of get set up for success in life, because you know a home is maybe the biggest asset they'll ever own, and something that generally gains value over time. So it's a great investment that can really lead to, you know, a solid financial picture over your lifetime.
Right. Probably the greatest wealth builder out there.
So we love that. All right, thinking of this year, you know, we talk interest rates more than we'd like to probably in terms of what's been going on the last couple of years with inflation. But what do you think about 2025? We're going to put the crystal ball in front of you, Ed. What are we looking at? It's kind of a confusing time a little bit with, you know, some government changeover. Always, you know, causes markets to kind of wait and see a little. What are you expecting?
You know, I follow Mortgage Bankers Association, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Realtors Association. They all prognosticate as to what they think rates will do, and nobody ever seems to get it right.
No, that's very true.
But you know,
the opposite of what they say, right? Yeah.
rates, you know, they're either going to go up, go down, or stay the same. That's my prediction.
You heard it here.
But yes, we do expect rates to. The consensus is to be in the sixes.
Okay,
However, you mentioned getting pre-approved.
that's right.
Through the Federal Home Loan Bank Board, as we're a member, we have some really good programs, the Rate Advantage. So if you're a first-time home buyer, there are restrictions, as you mentioned before, but those are some below-market interest rates, which can get you below where the current rates are sitting.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I would say, you know, rates are a function of the market. Yes, we have a lot of borrowers who are locked in at that 3% range.
They'll never give it up, Ed.
Well, I thought the same thing,
Okay.
but we downsized.
There you go.
So I would say, you know, to your point, you know, the housing market is a challenge because listings are there, but that's going to break at some point in time.
That's true.
You're going to have folks like myself who will downsize, and that's going to create opportunity, and that's going to put more homes on the market. So I would say, first and foremost, like you mentioned, get pre-approved. Talk to any of our loan originators, and they can help you with this immediately so that when that opportunity arises, you're ready to go.
I like the advice. All right. You know, First Federal isn't the largest bank.
Just the best.
Thanks, Randy. You know, we're a community bank. We aren't huge, located in, you know, a major metropolitan area with branches all over the country.
So we're not major metro here?
Yeah, well, consult the less sensitive. But, you know, so we're very close to our customers is basically, to me, what community banking means. You know, you got a taste of this at your last stop too. Community banking, what's that mean to you?
No, you know, community banking is the best of both worlds. You know, we have some strong competitors amongst credit unions and non-banks, but being at a bank, you have a lot more flexibility. But when you're at a community bank who is invested in the community, you have the ability to make common sense loans. You get to use the best of both worlds. So we have the ability for fixed rate loans through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, USDA, really great programs. But as a community bank who is strong in mortgage lending, as we are, portfolio lending is where you make common sense deals. And I can tell you, just being on the loan committees, we look at every deal, we look at it as how can we make this work? And you can't get this at the large banks. You really can't.
That's wonderful. And you know, Jim Snyder used to have, he was your predecessor leading the mortgage loan department, but he had a sign as well that we're here to make loans.
Right.
And that we do take a hard look at everything to see what we can accomplish for the right
And you
reasons.
just don't get that at the super regionals or large size banks. It either fits our guidelines or it doesn't. And our loan committee looks for ways to get things done.
That's great.
That gives us, along with many other competitive advantage, but that in itself to me is what community banking should be.
That's great. Well, we've been speaking with Ed Erickson. He's First Federal's new Senior Vice President, Head of Mortgage Lending. He's poised to be doing a great job, brings a lot of experience as we've heard, and we're excited to see where 2025 takes us with home lending.
I'm excited too.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. All right, we do have some trivia to wrap up
We
here,
do.
Andy.
We do. We're gonna. Can I do 2 weeks in a row? I don't know. Pressure's on.
I think you got a good shot. You have 4 choices. 25%. What was the average ticket price for Super Bowl 1? 10, 12, 15, or 20?
I'm gonna go 12.
You're correct. 2 weeks in a row, you got
Woo!
it. Now, what do you think the average ticket price is for this Super Bowl?
Oh, probably 1,000.
$8,000.
1,000 will get you a TV to watch, right?
$8,076.
Wow.
So
I'll
I
take
didn't
the
even
12.
ask if any of us were going. It's like,
I'll take the $12 ticket.
all right. Well, we've got some words of wisdom from a great coach. Some might say the greatest football coach, Vince Lombardi. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary.
I like it. I like it. Thank you very much, Evan, Tanner, Eric. Nice to meet you. Take care. Have a great Friday.
Thanks, Randy.